Would you? Yes? Yeah? Okay. So the first one we're going to taste, notice the screw cap. This is our second one in screw cap. Doesn't allow wine to spoil. Cork can spoil the wine. 1 in 10 bottles can spoil the wine, but I think there will always be wine in cork for sure. And also when you have a screw cap, it's called a stelvin. You can store wine standing up because you don't have to keep the end of the cork moist on its side. This is a Pinot Gris. It's a very light style of wine, but the Gris, by the way, it's a single vineyard, so all from one site. This is oak aged for 6 months, which is a little bit different. And it's a light style of wine. You're going to get some acidity. Acidity in wine is that tingle here when you have something sour. Except in wine, it's acidity. You can't make wine without having some acidity in it. So just please come and help yourself as I pour. And the first thing you want, you're just looking at the wine. Tilt it against the white all the time, but we can't swallow if we're on duty. Although I must use ice wine sometimes. We can't drink when we're working. That's fair. So you're looking at the color, and white wine can go from almost clear, light yellow, darker yellow, green tinges, clear, other than the frost on it. Is there anything floating in it? Now, a tiny piece of cork is not bad. It happens sometimes, a little piece of cork. But if there's something, you know, that doesn't look right in the wine, and if it's some wines, especially older wines and red wines where you'll get sediment at the bottom, kind of, that's not bad either. That happens in wines. It's those, you know, residue of the skins and the seeds that settles to the bottom. That's not a bad thing. Okay, so then you want to sniff the wine, okay? So sniffing it like a dog sniffs, not a huge, because it can dull the senses at the back of your nose. So short sniffs like a dog, okay? And whatever you smell, are you done there?
I didn't get any.
Oh, I don't know if I'm buying that. And whatever you smell, you might smell some citrus, a little bit of grapefruit. Remember, it's your nose, your palate, so cyclone going in the glass. And that's why you do not overfill a wine glass. You want to be able to do this. Another way is put it on the table like this, and you can really get the job done well. What you're doing is introducing air into the wine. The air releases molecules that contain the aromas. They're called esters. After you do that, sniff again. It should smell stronger, more powerful. The more you swirl, and with ice wine, big time, all wines, but the more you swirl, the more aromas are going to come out. Okay? And you know what? During the meal, keep swirling the wine because it will keep changing just on your table as you're chatting. This is perfectly acceptable to do. Now, when you taste, professional tasters draw some air into the mouth with the wine. And it's called a reverse whistle. I'll demonstrate it to you, and this is what it sounds like. But after you get the air in, and if you can't do it, don't worry, it won't throw you out. And I'll show you another trick. But after you do that, swirl the wine in your mouth with the air, and then swallow it. So this is what it sounds like. Then you're going to get your lovely mineral water. Another thing, now, what do you taste? Again, citrus, something citrus for sure. You might get a little bit of grapefruit, a little bit of lime. This is a dry wine, okay? You're getting that little hit in here, that little bit of acidity. And because we are what is called a cooler climate, which means that our growing season is shorter, our wines will generally have more acidity. And you will not get a full-bodied red in heavy American oak like you get from Southern California. First of all, we don't have that long hot growing season. We have a hot growing season, but it's shorter, and also it depends on the wood as well. Closed. If you take in a breath of air through your nose and kind of chew the air, sometimes after you've swallowed the wine, that's where you can pick up after flavors. It's called the finish. I know that works for me. And there's some little bit of smoke in that they're talking about. But it's just another trick.